Hello everyone. I know what you're all thinking, the iPhone 16 isn't even out yet, and he's already making a video on the iPhone 17. And yes, that is true. I wasn't even expecting to make this video this early, but all major sources have reported that the iPhone 17 will be the biggest change since the iPhone X. Based on everything that I've seen, I have to agree. The most significant change is a new slim model replacing the iPhone 17 Plus. This has been reported by well-known industry analyst Jeff Pugh. At first glance, it sounds like a very strange decision. I get why Apple would drop the iPhone 17 Plus, as both the iPhone 14 Plus and iPhone 15 Plus were not very popular. Most people just went for the Pro Max model instead. But why would they replace it with a thinner version? That's just weird, right? Well, it's only weird if it's a direct replacement. Based on everything I'm going to talk about in this video, you'll see that this slim model is the iPhone X all over again. The super premium, high-end iPhone that sits on top of all the other models and comes with some groundbreaking features. The main feature is this much slimmer design. Up until the iPhone 6, Apple kept making their iPhones thinner and thinner every single year. But since then, they've been making them thicker each year as they changed their focus to improving durability and providing bigger batteries. I don't mind that the battery life has seen significant improvements over the years. The iPhone 15 Pro Max, for example, is the longest lasting iPhone that I've ever used and the only one that lasted me through a full day of travel. While I do love these battery life improvements, part of me still misses the era of ultra-thin Apple devices. When Apple launched a new iPad Pro that was 20% thinner than the previous generation, I hoped that maybe, just maybe, Apple was returning to its era of making every new device thinner than the last. Not long after, Mark Gurman published an article detailing how Apple has indeed started working on a new class of devices that will be the thinnest and lightest in their categories. The first in this new line will be the iPhone Pro. Returning the iPhone 17 Slim, it will adopt the iPhone X's approach of being a premium model that sits atop the lineup. Just like the iPhone X, it is also set to feature a smaller display at 6.55 inches, as opposed to the massive 6.9-inch panel on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The only reason I can think of for Apple doing this is to entice us into paying even more for a larger model the following year. This is exactly what they did with the iPhone X. They priced it at $1,000, $200 more than the iPhone 8 Plus, and even though the display was technically bigger on paper, the aspect ratio was narrower. When I switched from the 8 Plus to the iPhone X, it felt like I was getting a smaller display that was less enjoyable to type on due to the more compact keyboard. I remember wishing for a larger iPhone X model. Fast forward a year, and Apple launched the iPhone XS Max for $1,100, $300 more than the iPhone 8 Plus. I believe Apple will do the same with the iPhone 17 Slim, or 17 Ultra, whatever they call it. They'll release this smaller 6.55-inch model, likely at $1,300 to $1,400, and then the following year they'll release a larger variant at $100 more. A few years from now, other iPhone models will also get a price bump, repeating the iPhone X moment that led to the entire smartphone industry raising their prices. To justify this price increase, they can't just make it thinner. There are other notable upgrades too. For example, the Face ID camera is rumored to be placed under the display, something we've heard about for years. Only the front camera will remain visible, likely the same size as the current dynamic island to keep developer functionality consistent. This front camera is also set to be upgraded to a 24-megapixel sensor with a 6-element lens, up from the current 12-megapixel with a 5-element lens on the iPhone 15. Additionally, the iPhone 17 is expected to feature a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 48-megapixel telephoto camera. This means all photos taken with the iPhone 17 Slim will have a default resolution of 24 megapixels, offering much sharper images. On the back, the camera module design will finally change. Ever since the iPhone 11 Pro, the camera module hasn't changed much, only getting bigger. The standard iPhone 16 models are getting a new camera design this year, but the 16 Pros are not. The high-end iPhone 17 model is set to have its camera in the top center, similar to Google's approach with their Pixel phones. This makes sense because a significantly thinner iPhone with a camera bump sticking out, even more, would wobble like crazy when placed on a table. Moving the camera module to the middle solves this issue while giving the iPhone a fresh look. You might also see up to 12 GB of RAM, up from the current 8 GB. Jeff Poo states 8 GB for the Slim model and 12 GB for the Pro models, but I expect the Slim or Ultra to have at least 12 GB since it will be more expensive than the Pros. Other new features include a new anti-reflective coating for the display, possibly similar to what Samsung did with the S24 Ultra. This coating significantly reduces reflections without the grainy texture seen on the iPad Pro's nanotexture display. The glass is also said to be more durable, though it's unclear if this will be exclusive to the iPhone 17 Slim/Ultra or include the Pro models as well. We're also getting Wi-Fi 7, offering up to 40 GB per second speeds, 4 times higher than Wi-Fi 6E, matching Thunderbolt speeds. All in all, I believe one of the main reasons for the iPhone 17 Slim or Ultra's existence is Apple wanting to recreate the iPhone X pricing moment to boost slowing iPhone sales. By releasing a super expensive high-end model in a smaller form factor, followed by an even more expensive larger model the next year, Apple can gradually raise the prices of all iPhone models. According to a poll by 9to5Mac, many people would be fine paying this much for an iPhone. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.